Welcome back to Ground Up. Today is day 14 and we've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. When I arrived on site this morning, the plumbers had already come and gone, but I could see the work that they did. They installed the water service line and tied it into a standpipe right next to where the main service will be. Now, why do we run a standpipe? It gives contractors easy access to water during the build. Without it, we'd have to haul water in or borrow from a neighbor, and that's really not ideal. Since this lot needed a long water line, over 150 feet, we upgraded the service to a 2-inch line to maintain proper water pressure. That's something to keep in mind on bigger or deeper lots. Now, because this is a city we don't build in often, we weren't sure if they'd want to inspect the water line. So I just called the plumbers this morning and had them leave inspection tubes in place just in case. So one issue that came up today, the masons had pulled some of the plumbing stakes when they were forming, and when they did that, it threw off the alignment of the pipes. Luckily, the plumbers were here earlier, walked the job, and they fixed the placement of those. They also mentioned when I was talking to them something else. When the extra forms were added for a bearing wall that weren't done yet, the masons just lifted the AC chase line and left it sitting on top of the form. That's not gonna fly with me, so I'll have them adjust it to keep everything in spec. Also, when I was out of town last week, I spoke with the plumber about how we're gonna run the second story lines. We both agreed that building a false wall in the garage along the staircase to carry those lines upstairs would be best. But today I saw the pipes are running through the bearing wall instead, and that's gonna need to be corrected. We don't cut through structural walls unless we absolutely have to. Now on the foundation side, I took time to verify a few key things. The number of rebar upper rods matches what's called out on the plan. Checked to make sure the thickened footer on the north side was dug to the right depth. That's key for us achieving our targeted grading. And the visqueen vapor barrier was taped well, but I reminded the masons to double check every seam before they pour. On the electrical side, the underground crew had already been through when I got here, so I checked to make sure that the floor outlet was installed according to plan, as well as the conduits running into the kitchen island. Also made sure that the ground rod was properly placed. Everything's lining up. The next step, I'll schedule both the slab and underground electric inspection for tomorrow. And we're getting close now. The slab's just around the corner, and then the build really starts taking shape from the ground up.